There's another thing with Trash Steelman. Like he has like movies about. It was the Trash Man thing. It was like taking out the trash, whatever. Like that.
And then there's movies like Monkeys. There's various movies with. Oh
yeah, he goes through. Dunson checks in, making fun of the baseball.
The movie Ed, the movie Ed with '96 with Matt LeBlanc in it. Yeah. I think Matt LeBlanc's another kind of Steelman.
Yeah, kind of.
Everybody's got a little bit of Steelman. But like blood, but like he's just like, either way, we have to re-record this whole thing, so that's why we seem tireder than usual, because for some reason the battery, or not the battery on the camera, but
Dr. Destructo makes a plan to...
Yeah, basically with Dr. Destructo is that he concocts a plan. One of them was like Operation Save the Baby. It was basically kidnapping every child on Earth, like an infant on Earth, to like take them and like to somehow like put them on all these like space vessels and like take them to a different planet, I guess. And he's like, I will kidnap every single child on the planet. Somehow he does it, like, and then Steelman's like, not on my watch, Dr. Destructo.
No like, more babies? That's not good.
It's like going down to Operation Save the fucking babies. Yeah, he's just like, goes all the way up and shoots him. Like, somehow he's like able to like literally Superman himself divinate just like into the clouds, go around, lasso around like this freaking
this Dyson sphere of babies.
Yeah, like this freaking like. Almost like some kind of like vacuum thing where it's like the suction cups all of them together in like this one like a net kind of thing of all the babies on Earth, and he takes them back down and he's like, take that, like America wins. Like, like I think that was like the message is like America something, or because me Steelman, I was basically working in close combat. Closely with the military, and I have a lot of respect for the military and the military industrial complex and stuff like that. It's like, oh, okay.
And then, but then one of the plans is Dr. Destructo takes a potion.
Yeah, he
takes a potion to look like a woman and bangs
for 24 hours or something, like a brief window. And like he
tricks Trash.
Yeah, it's like a very nutty professor type shit where he's like, he takes this potion that makes him look like the verisimilitude actual materially like a voluptuous, young, blonde, hot woman that bangs on, like Steelman's door, and then Steelman is like, ooh,
and then at some point later,
he's like, he finds out, and like the reveal is like, I got fucking with Dr. Destructo.
And at some point later, some tabloid.
And then Master Quan's like, you idiots! You should have thought. You should have.
How could you fall for that? You stupid! I didn't know. I'm sorry. And then at some point, at some tabloid, whatever, or some writer, some reviewer makes, the insinuation or makes a joke about Trash Steelman maybe being gay. It's just like, hey, remember that scene? And well, he wrote that, so it makes me wonder. But whatever. The point is, it's like a Tom Cruise defamation
kind of like
type of thing.
Very, very paranoid, very
so of course,
insecure.
Trash Steelman cannot allow that to fly, so he sues the guy in court or sues whoever in court, and it turns to this big court case where he's like, I will be representing myself.
Yeah.
Bad move. Yeah. And then in order to somehow beat the case, he has to prove that he's not gay.
It's like the Streisand effect where like you basically, in order to, like covering something like a news story, it's like, I'm trying to divert attention, but in order, by doing that, by like moving and like, oh, I'm actually like,
I don't want people to think I'm gay.
Yeah,
so now I'm going to have a whole court case trying to prove that I'm not gay.
I think like when she moved her house, like she actually got more exposure, I think, like to like paparazzi and stuff, because they're like, ooh, like, I wonder what she's up to now.
Yeah, so
like that's kind of what's going on.
So Steelman's in court.
Like he could just shut his mouth about it and not dig his like the hole deeper and put his foot in the but like he never does, like he constantly just like eking a little bit more. He's like, but no, it's like, I'm actually not gay. And he's like he's always referring to like Venn diagrams and stuff of like playing around.
He's got like a whiteboard.
What happened to me, Trisha? And something, I was a man inside a woman's body. So I was a man stuck inside a woman's body. Like that's like one of the
technically,
constantly.
Dr. Destructo has all the parts of a woman.
Occasionally, gayness occurs in men. I would say I have nothing against gay people. The gay, okay. But then there are also times when male, my dominance. I think there's sometimes people mistake themselves to be woman, and that is not me either. I am an actor and I am, an artist and I'm doing the kind of dirty work to kind of, get some of these roles sometimes, I admit. So sometimes would I possibly think sometimes like a gay person would in order to kind of get into that method, into how their brain works?
Yeah, and then,
Maybe, or maybe, and he's just digging it all.
yeah, and then it drags on, and then there's sort of a kind of magic realism or cartoonish ending to it that you mentioned, where at the end of it, it's just like we've determined conclusively that you are in fact gay as all hell, like whatever gay, like even though the verdict is about defamation in a magazine, instead somehow the verdict just ends up having to do with him being gay or not. He's like, oh no! It's like the one thing.
His nightmare.
His worst fear is them conclusively in a court of law proving that he is gay forever.
And his certificate, like that's what's stamped on,
and he's just he can't be with it.
Get out of here, pansy. No. Like the 32 thing.
Just 32.mov.mp4.
Did we catch that, or did that?
I'm not. Possibly, I can't remember. Maybe not. 32 with Al Buzzbar's 32 file, which is he's also trying to track down and destroy every copy of that file, but it's always the other.
Yeah, it's just like you never see anything more than it. He's just like the first few seconds. It's like kind of like the frazzle drip thing, or like the whole like snuff film craze of like there's like a part of it on the deep dark web on like a page you have to go to Tor browser to like make sure. To make sure you're encoded. You have to go on an encrypted server to make sure, and it's like you see that Al Buzzford video. The first like few seconds, he's like, "Oh, go here, Windows 2." He's like, I made myself a sexy little videotape for you,
just for you,
for your pleasure. I'm gonna do a sexy dance. Start off here. He's like, it's just like it ends. It's like, oh god, it's good. Yeah. Like the only thing is like you see like
cuts out.
Yeah, like you see like when Dusty's reaction is like, oh hell no, get this shit out of town, man. Like you never see anything more than that. You're like,
and then from there on out, it becomes legendary. Like, is this the flirty?
Like you never know.
Is this flirty?
Is it really the flirty 2? Is it? But there's actually a flirty.
Is there a flirty 1?
Yeah, but what happened?
Why is it called flirty 2?
Yeah, why is there like?
Is there a series? How many were made?
What happened to flirty 1 or flirty 3? And it's like, I'm not sure. There's a lot of flirties, man.
I'm ashamed of it. There's a stash.
There's a very low point in my life where it's very lonely.
Yeah.
There's something else with Steelman where he like goes through even more of his like little like kind of like family safe films and stuff that are like for kids, where it's like one of it's like kind of like it's called like Demolition Dad, and it's like kind of like the Vin Diesel and the pacifier or something, where he's like, I've had to take on like one of the older like the voiceover narrator. It's like one of the finest trained weapons men, like the infantrymen, like fresh off the seas of on the seas of the Saudi Arabia of the sea, or the like fresh like after being flown in and trained in over 450 weapons, like taking out high value targets in Iraq and Iran. But he changed his baby's diaper, and it's like he finds out when he comes home his wife has twins or something. And it's like this really, or triplets or whatever. And it's just like, and then it's just like this ridiculous thing where it's like, it's like there's like. He's like always like, oh, I don't know, I have to make a little like grilled cheese sandwich here. It's like this, and like poopy diaper. He's like, oh, like contain the poopy diaper. It's like, oh. And then he's like at the end of the day, he's like, send me back to Iraq. And he's just like, And he's like,
although that 9/11 was a national tragedy, I don't want to make light of that incident and the wars that followed. I just want to be clear on that.
He has to cover the tracks.
Yeah, so that's trash and. Morton Morrison and Chris Gabber. I'm just getting that out of the way real quick. Dead.
Francis Gaverman, Morrison are the same people. They were brothers. I think we came up with them like 2011 or something.
Not really funny. Nothing really going on with them.
Dead and buried.
And then, is there anything else? I guess that we kind of covered it. Franz Gunther. Franz Gunther, the cat guy.
Oh, he
sprinkles
dead too,
the cat. That's done. That's not coming back. Proper cat feeding is the title of the video, I think.
was like so stupid. Like some juvenile dumb idea like we thought was funny when we were younger, but yeah. And then
Still learning some interesting things, like the cat getting cut up sound effect was me with a knife and an apple doing the sound effects. I also liked, how could I forget Kenneth Giles or whatever.
Oh
The
yeah,
serial killer
the
psycho.
crazy
whatever.
car salesman.
Yeah, I still actually like
crazy.
Crazy Car Salesman because I feel like that was a pretty well made
That's the
sketch.
That's
like
the joke, is that he's just crazy. All these characters,
Just
it's
a
like
crazy killer.
it's just Gruffy Greg. He's
He's
thing.
crazy.
He's just crazy.
He's a crazy
He's a wild
conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
It, with all the things
Out
that
of a
come with
Richard
that.
Donner movie.
Yeah. Trying to think of those. There was the
Rob Bell character
Rob
too.
Bell,
It's
yeah.
down. Yeah, we tried like throwing him in different things. Where it's like,
Although that
shit.
would be funny to bring him back just as like a cameo. That'd be kind of funny.
It's like we just tarnished Rob Bell's.
Yeah, Rob Bell, and then there was like there was the hipster character, which is like one of the worst, one of the cringiest, just total lazy nothingness. Like, well, who's the hipster character? Well, he's just a hipster. It's like, just stop.
Well, like, what is a hipster too? It's like that hasn't even been.
And also
issue.
the phrase
That's
hipster
it's
was like it was
dated
like
20
funny to make fun of hipsters like 15 years ago
Yeah.
or 10 years ago or something. But now it's like, what does that word even mean?
Yeah.
That's about it.
I think so.
I think we kind of covered all the main ones. So
There was
as
like
far-
different.
What was that?
Yeah, I think there's different ones that were like.
As far as like longevity goes and what's like still worth keeping around, like I think Benji, Teddy, Benji Goldman, Teddy Lockhart, Al Buzzbar, Trash Steelman, Meat Dipper related. I think all those are definitely worth keeping. I think Jay Frey is worth keeping. Jay Frey.
In certain like instances where it's like Jay Frey like comedy special or something, or Jay Frey like but
Yeah.
I don't know if we'd want to like do like a whole like feature.
Definitely I think Gary Moles. I think Gary Moles is worth keeping, especially the Nigel plot line with Gary Moles.
Yeah.
But it would have to be, maybe amended or changed in some way, maybe with the way Gary Moles is. But and then Windows 2 is hilarious. Definitely worth keeping. That's kind of the main ones for right now. The ones that survived the calling is I'd say the primary ones right now, because Teddy's been sort of put on the back burner for a while, but primary things right now is basically just Al Buzzbar and the whole Freaks and Geeks thing, Benji Goldman and all his stuff, and then Trash Steelman related to Al Buzzbar. Those are kind of the main 2 or 3. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think there's some definitely so much like literally stuff like I wrote down on my phone is like dozens and dozens like pages, especially throughout like the years and stuff of just tacking on idea after idea. Some of them like might be like slightly like relatable skit type things, not to go into like kind of TikTok or Instagram territory, but like just stuff of like things that I thought would be slightly funny, like somebody trying to get rid of trash or whatever, and like like a handful of like garbage, and they're trying to like they walk into a gas station or convenience store, and it's like the trash cans all the way down at the end of like this giant hallway or something. There's stuff like that, or like maybe like more like deadpan kind of things that would be more like in the way that you say it, or like like the performance, I guess, or like the cadence of like of like how you tell a story, I guess, or rather than like a specific punchline. But
Whoa.
some of them might include like real like fictional characters or whatever. But yeah, for the most part, they're just kind of like
There's 2 bad.
Well,
Jeez.
I don't think that's all I have. So.
Yeah. Whoa.
Turn to dust.
Just turn to stone, then blow up and turn to dust. Dust.
And then
to
turn
stone.
to ash particles and then water.